Hey, it's Jim. We're going to go through the control settings here on the 09. First off, we're going to power it on. You do that with just going 2 seconds holding, or a couple seconds holding the power button, and it brings you right to the lifetime odometer. So of course you can see that this is in miles. I have put it in miles because that's what I'm comfortable with. And you got your 5-bar battery indicator at the bottom. Nice backlighting. The gear up there is actually the speed limit. Those 3 speed limits referred to in the video before. If you hit the power button, you go to the trip. And then you go through a sequence of other menu options. That's the instantaneous battery voltage. I think this is draw. I'm actually not sure what the A is. This is some sort of a real-time current measurement, because as you hit the throttle, that goes up. This is, it's for one of the error codes that is listed here on RevRide's little cheat sheet, the fault codes. And this is basically what I'm going to go through. I'll see if RevRides has a website link to this that I can link you to this directly. This is the time for this given trip. That's the elapsed time. And of course, to power off and on, of course, it's this button, and to turn the lights off and on, it is holding. And this, you get the light indicator. And if when you're riding and you've enabled cruise control, and I'll show you how to turn that off and on. There's another little icon that kind of looks like the cruise control in some cars. And then when you hit the brake, you get this little exclamation point showing you you're under braking. So to get into the menu, you hold both of these buttons down for a few seconds till you get to P1. So there's a number of settings. They all correspond to P. It's sort of unfortunate that it doesn't give you more descriptors of that. But P1, and if you don't do anything, it resets. So that's good to know. So P1, that's your brightness setting. So you hit one of these buttons to make that setting live, and now you just go up and down, and it's not really, I don't know how well that's going to come through on the camera. But those are the 3 settings, and once you get to the one you want, whichever key got you to that point, you hold that and it sets it in. Now you can hit your mode button to get to the next setting. So P2 is kilometers or miles. So you hit the other button that got you there to make the setting live, and 0 is kilometers, it changed right there, and then miles is 1. So then hold that to accept that. Power button again to get to the next menu of P3, which is the voltage setting, which this is a 48 volt scooter, so you set it for 48. It looks like it's got some standard 36, 24, but 48, and then hold it there to accept that. 4 is, this is how long you want with the scooter not being used for it to shut itself off. So its default is set for 10 minutes. I'm going to go down to like 5. And so now that one, because I changed it with this button, I have to hold this button to accept that change. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So there's nothing on P5. P6 is the wheel diameter. So the 09 has 8.5 inch diameter wheels. So get it there to 8.5. And one thing I might try doing in this, sometimes if you actually have the real diameter, it helps out as far as accuracy of the speedometer. So I'm going to see if that actually does anything, and I'll report back in the detail video if that does. Okay, so I got to hold it here because this is when I did that change with. Now I get to P7. This is the number of magnets in the motor. The default setting is 28, or that's what is spec'd out. There seems to be some throttle delay at that 28 setting, so I'm trying to get some feedback on that proper setting. I don't know exactly if that's what is suggested. I'm not sure if that's the best setting for the magnets. So P8 is the speed limiter. So this basically allows you, well, that's interesting. So P8 is a speed limiter. It's supposed to go to 100, to not, so that's like a percentage. So I'm seeing it actually let you go above 100. So I'm going to try this. 100 is the setting that's supposed to not limit your power. I'm going to see how high this goes, and I'll pause the video here. And after this video, I'm going to go shoot that. And I'll put a comment in the video if going above 100 did anything, if it made it feel... I don't know how far this is going to go. Okay, looks like it goes to 200, so interesting. I'm going to see what that does. So P9, this is 0 start. So I have it on kick to start. I tend to prefer that. Some people like. So 1 is 0 start off, and 1 is 0 start on. Now I'm going to show you how you accept that. Now, if you just give it a second, it's going to reset to the display. I'm going to show you how this is reflected on the base display when it gets there. So now you see it says 0, start 0. So that means I'm not going to hit it right here, but it would throttle is available from a stop. My writing style, I like to have it in the mode where I have to kick it a little bit to get going. So P10, this is cruise control. So 1 is cruise control on, 0 is cruise control off. Pretty simple. I like cruise control, but I could see if you were giving it somebody that doesn't write a lot, maybe you should turn that off for them. P15, it doesn't tell me what this is, it just says set it to 100. I'm going to see what it looks like. It goes 0 to 100. I'm not sure what the setting is. That's just what the directions say. It says set it 100. It doesn't say what it is. Then P99, it says set to 99, another one that does not say what it corresponds to. So hopefully that shows you a little bit. It takes a little second to, with the 0-9 you can go up and down with the 2 buttons through the different settings. But I'll put in the video what if that 200%, and here's another picture of the printout, if this 200% that I set it to on the speed limiter, or the 200 here where it says 100 not to limit, if that did anything. I'm very interested actually, and I'll put that on the video if it did anything. But I hope this little video helped you out on the settings on the 0-9. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch the wave.